Do I need that front gear as well? Because if I'm changing the ratio, is it just the crown wheel? Have I messed this up? Hi, I'm Tangles. This is my garage, and this is my car. Well, it's a new day, and I now have a rattle gun, a pneumatic rattle gun, to try and get the crown wheel off this diff. So let's have a crack. I have no cameraman today, so let me figure out how to do this. So this works. Oh yeah. Oh no. That's the wrong size. Don't ever do that. That's bad. Really bad. Where's the 17? It's better. Okay, so I've got a problem with the compressor that the auto switch, the switches the compressor off when it's up to the right pressure, isn't working. So I unplug it once I think there's enough air in it. But obviously these use a lot of air, so I'm going to need to keep it running. The valve does work, relief valve. Don't rely on it too much. And that's what it does once it's got enough air in it. Alright, cool. I was worried there for a minute that might not work. Let gravity do the work. Okay, so that should fall apart now, I think. Which doesn't seem to be doing. A little bit of persuasion always helps. The crown wheel. Now, I'm going to undo these two screws. Go up here. Screw here. And 180 degrees apart here. And that should release the diff casing. And I should be able to pull the whole diff center apart. The whole diff center should come apart at that point. You don't want to fuck this up. You can very easily fuck it at this point. Mess these screws up. Impact drive I read is the best, but this has done the job. The correct size head on a 1/4 inch ratchet. The reason why I went with that is, if need be, I could have stepped these up to with adapters to the rattle gun. Didn't need to. Bloody hell, Alan, throwing the fucking pieces of diff around like that. Pathetic. This is the moment of truth. They should now go apart. There we go. This is the shim, or shimzer in this case. That would be probably the original, and this would have been the one that's been put in to try and tighten it up, which seems to have done fairly successfully, because this is the diff that hasn't burst into flames. What we want, we need to put this centre back together. Just put those screws back in and put it in there. Get the crown wheel off that one, put it in that. Yeah, because that's what gives me my gearing. Because this is 4:1, 4.1, 4.11 to 1, and that is 4.36 to 1, or the other way around, 1 to 4.36, whichever way it is. Which will, because this is the diff that hasn't let go. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, it's been like a week since I started this job, and stuff happened. I was really busy work and stuff, so I haven't been thinking about this job. But anyway, all seems in order here. Might as well keep going and show you the rest of this. If I do that, in theory, should be able to just lift this off. Here's the other side. Just one shim on it. I won't change it because this was working perfectly before. I'll give you a closer look at this goes off. Okay, so this is the actual diff center where all the magic happens. This lower piece, this is the viscous part of it. It's the gears and stuff. This is the casing for the diff center itself. The shims, that thing on top. Here's your shim. So these come shimmed out of the factory, and what you do is you add, as this wears out, which is I don't know if it's the fluid loses its ability to bind up, or if which I do believe that is the case with heat. But there's also friction plates in there as well with holes in them, so when you shim it, you force them closer together, even touching, so the actual surfaces can also wear. But that's it. That's where all the magic happens, right in there. So time to put this back together and then disassemble that one. Put this center in that. Let's put this back together. It does not need to be disassembled. There's grooves in here for these. I'm going to call them keyways, despite the fact I don't think they're actually called keys. I'll use that word for want of a better word at this point. Let's lift one. Oh no, that's bad. Is everything still together? Yep. Two shims I've left behind there. I can put them back on easily enough. Look at these at 90 degrees off. Well, that just slipped straight back over. There's been no seals or seats, anything to worry about. It's all still heavily lubricated and greased still. It may just be, you need absolutely perfect alignment. Or maybe I need to hit it with a hammer. Hammer's always good. Maybe I just need to place it all in the other way. This is how I think my mate did it. If I don't fall off, keep all this together. All the gears just want to fly off this. Oh, here we go, there's holes on the side there. There we go. Just the center, the viscous center. This is the LSD itself. These two shims back on. I'm going to grab the shaft here real quick. Turn it, make sure everything's good. That is not working. So you need absolutely perfect alignment for this. Because this tiny little screw is not capable of moving the diff components around to suit it. Here we go. Hodge it across. Oops. Now remember, these two screws aren't what's holding the whole diff together. They're just holding the two outer components together. All the pressure comes from these, which go into the crown wheel. So you just do these up. I'm sure there's a set torque for these, which will be not heaps, because the crown wheel goes over that. They can't escape, and they'll only have tension on them when you unbolt the crown wheel again. So this whole component, as is, going into that diff. These should be matched.
bearing casings and that should stay on the same side as what they come out of. That's why everything's laid out here, despite what it looks like. It may look a bit shambolic, everything is laid out in a particular order.